Hey everyone, so it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and I've been having an absolutely horrible night. I've been trying to go to bed for the last several hours and hence why I look like this, because I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm exhausted and I tried so many things and I can't go to sleep. So I want to do this video because this video is almost like therapy for me in a way. So I've been having really bad heart palpitations tonight. And that is a question that I just posted on my Facebook page. And if you're not part of the Facebook page, there will be a link below. And please make sure you subscribe to the Facebook, because I would love to create a really good support group for people. Because a lot of people deal with these anxieties and a lot of the same symptoms. So please subscribe to the Facebook group that I've started. So anyways, heart palpitations. To me, when I say heart palpitations, I think of my PACs and PVC'S, the premature atrial and ventricular contractions. I know a lot of times heart palpitations are just a racing heart, but for me, even though a racing heart sucks too, I can almost deal with it because I know how to bring my heart rate down, and the breathing exercises and the trying to relax, even though that can be really hard sometimes. But the skipped beats, they're not necessarily skipped beats, but the premature atrial and ventricular contractions, where you'll get the two beats really close together and then the third beat is where it's supposed to be, but because the second beat was so close to the first beat, it feels like a long pause. It feels like a skip beat. I also refer to as a flip-flop in my chest. So anyways, I want to know, I'm the kind of person where I always want to know why things happen. I know I've said this in other videos, but today was a different day than normal. I went par 3 golfing, and I was out in the sun a lot, which I've learned that if you're in the sun at least 15 minutes a day, it helps you get your vitamin D, so it could be a good thing. But I don't know if I have, heat exhaustion or what, but in my apartment, I have a thermometer in my apartment, and it's 84 degrees in my apartment. I have a ceiling fan on, I have an oscillating fan, I have a ceiling fan on in this room, and no air conditioning. So I don't know if the heat has something to do with it or not. I'm thinking that maybe heat does contribute to heart palpitations. Also, potassium. I really feel like potassium, and I have read on websites that potassium can really affect the heart too, the heart rhythm. So read up on that. Everyone's different, of course. I'm not giving medical advice here, but for me, I drink a lot of milk. I eat cereal all the time, and I make sure the milk that I buy has potassium in it, and I'm pretty sure that I'm usually getting enough potassium, and my PACs and PVCs have seemed to be okay recently. They never go away, but they seem to be a lot better. But today they're really bad, and I didn't eat all my cereals out today. I'm not normal, my normal day-to-day activities. Oh, and by the way, the only reason I was able to go par 3 golfing is I was with my dad and my brother. And I don't necessarily have that great of a relationship with my dad like I wish I did, but with my brother I do, and I trust him, and he's like one of my safe people, so I can go places with him, because I do have the agoraphobia. If you're not familiar with me and that and the whole thing, you can go back and check those videos. So anyways, yeah, so the heat and the potassium I'm thinking might have something to do with why I'm getting heart palpitations, because I've been laying in bed now for hours trying to go to sleep. This is a face of absolute exhaustion. I just want to sleep, but I do not want to be on medications. I don't want to be on some kind of sleeping medications. Like, I have a fear of that. And somebody that I was talking to this evening made me realize that I probably have health anxiety, which I believe is hypochondria. I can't even say the word. Basically, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. Sorry, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't even think. But, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like all the doctors that I go to, I feel like nobody can really help me. I understand there might not be anything quote-unquote wrong with me, but, physically wrong with me. Because I got all the heart tests, well, not all of them, but I got, blood work done. Sorry I'm going off on a tangent here, but I've gotten blood work done. I've gotten stress tests done. I've worn 3 different heart monitors. Gotten x-rays done where they've checked the size of my heart, and everything is fine. It's just the heart rhythm. I got the sinus tachycardia. I got the PAC's, PVC'S. At one point they told me that I have mitral and tricuspid valve regurgitation, but it's mild. And then I was told that's like for about, I don't know, I want to say 2 to 3 ultrasounds that I had done on my heart. I was told that. And the last ultrasound that I had done is they told me that I really don't have that anymore and I don't have to worry about that. But I didn't think that mitral and tricuspid valve regurgitation could just better itself on its own, but I don't know, maybe it can. See, all these different questions, like every doctor will tell you different things. I think a lot of times people without anxiety go to one doctor or one specialist, and the doctor tells them something and they believe it, and they accept that answer. And I'm not saying to do that or to not do that, but just me personally, because I have anxiety, I even question doctors. Not that I question, if they should or shouldn't be a doctor. I'm the kind of person that I need facts. I need people to be direct with me, and that really helps me. But a lot of times whenever I go to a doctor, they'll say something that I'll question. And then I'll go to another doctor in the same field. Like I went to an electrophysiologist years ago. And the first one that I went to, he wanted to do all this invasive stuff on me. I was 29 years old. He wanted to put an internal monitor in me to monitor my heart. And he also talked to me about cardiac ablation. Yeah. And although I want this to be better, I don't want to go too invasive to where something could actually make it worse. And then I went to another electrophysiologist, and this other one that I went to, he actually works for a very good hospital in the area. The other one, it wasn't that the hospital was bad, it's just this second electrophysiologist works at a more well-known hospital in the area. And he said, you do have the sinus tachycardia, you do have the premature atrial and ventricular contractions, but you're young. He said my heart is structurally fine, and that my heart is, I don't have heart disease, so he wouldn't want to go too invasive like that because I'm young and I'm healthy. I always do that thing in quotes with healthy because maybe, I don't have heart disease and I don't have anything that's going to kill me, but the quality of my life is so terrible because of this that it's like, it's almost like it is killing you inside, No, I'm not suicidal or anything. I'm not depressed, but the anxiety really gets me down. If that makes any sense. I'm sure a lot of people understand that. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling. But my point is, so, I had the one electrophysio, let's just say, to do all this invasive stuff, and the other one said, don't do it. So then it's like, well, who do you believe? Then you're almost like, should I get a third opinion? But I didn't. I went with the, more well-known, the better hospital in the area. I did not get any of that done. Plus, I heard that getting a cardiac ablation can make it worse. And although I would love to completely get rid of my PACs and PVCs, I don't feel I've exhausted all of my options. I'm overweight. Let me see. I'm just gonna say, because I'm not embarrassed, I'm 178 pounds and I'm 5 foot 5, 5'6", okay? And let's see here. I'm supposed to weigh 130. 130. I know the math is easy, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm tired. So that's 48 pounds. So I need to lose 48 pounds. So I'm thinking that will help. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I feel like I'm emotionally drained. I almost wish that Dr. Oz or Dr. Phil or somebody could see my videos and just, I know Dr. Phil's a psychologist, but look, I got the heart issues, which is the medical part, and then I got the psychological issues, the anxieties, and Dr. Phil is that, and Dr. Oz is like a doctor. I know I'm just being silly right now, but I almost wish that somebody would take me seriously. I wish that I could get the help that I need. I worry about everything. There's no psychologists in my area that understand what I'm going through. And I'm not just generalizing that and making that up in my head, saying that, oh, there's nobody that can help me. I've really went to several different people in my area to try to get help, and none of them helped me. Everybody wants to force me to be on medications, and that's another part of my anxiety, where I can't take medications. I'm scared of that, and even the thought of taking medications gives me more anxiety, so I don't see how forcing me to go on them would make it better. I'm sure it does make some people's conditions better. Of course, always listen to your doctor, but that's just not for me. So, yeah, and see, this is another thing. The whole time I've been doing this video now, about 14 minutes, I haven't had one PAC or PVC. When I'm engaged in something, I don't really get them. I mean, I have, and I still do. But the frequency is very minimal. But when I'm laying down, my mind's always racing. But when I'm laying down, it keeps happening. I don't know if it's because I'm laying down, or if it's because, today, I told you, it was a little different of a day. I didn't really get a lot of potassium. It's super hot, in my apartment. If that is, contributed to this, maybe it's a combination. But I always try to figure it out, and, that probably adds to the anxiety too, trying to always figure it out and why this is happening. So see, this is why I have insomnia too. So look, I'm engaged in something, my mind is focused, I'm doing a video, haven't had a PAC or PVC. I'm going to try to get a shower here and see if I feel better soon. I don't know, maybe that will help me relax. But I can pretty much guarantee you that when I go back in bed and lay down, that's going to happen again. Why? Because if it is because, it's hot in here and the potassium thing, then why am I not getting it when I'm engaged in something? Or am I and I just don't feel them, which I don't think that's the thing, because I always feel them. And I do feel them when I'm sitting up. And a lot of times whenever I'm sitting or I'll be on the computer and I'll be watching something, I'll get them. But again, laying down tonight, I mean, I kept getting them over and over and over. Like, so much that I just want to go to the emergency room, but I know what will happen. Like, every time I went to the emergency room, they'll hook me up to a heart monitor. And I'm not saying when you're having heart issues not to go to the emergency room. You obviously got to do what you feel is right for yourself. I'm just saying with my experience, I've been to the emergency room so many times, and I go there and they hook me up to the monitor and they monitor me for an hour or two, and the monitor will show some PACs and PVC'S, but it's nothing severe enough where they can justify keeping me in the hospital. And then they always send me home, and they try to send me home with doping me up on some kind of Xanax to calm me down, because I think they realize it's anxiety, although they've never said, oh sweetie, I think you have an anxiety disorder or whatever. Like, no one ever told me that. I was in the hospital all those times. They knew I had the heart issues. Why did nobody mention anxiety? And I probably have said this in another video, but it wasn't until I was in an ambulance, like the third time I was in an ambulance, that the paramedic said that he thinks that it could be anxiety. Oh, and one more thing, because I know I'm just dragging this out, but my cat is trying to get in the room that I'm in. Stop it! Sorry. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. The paramedic said to do something, and it's really weird, and I'm not saying to do this, but he did say that that I could reset my heart, that if you put your finger in your mouth and then you blow really, really hard, that it almost resets your heart. And again, I am not recommending to do that, but I was just wondering if anyone has ever heard of that before, and if you have done it, reasons other than me saying it in this video, I'm wondering if it worked. I have tried to do it a couple times, and I mean, I don't really think it did anything. I don't know. So I'll end this here, and I guess I'm going to get a shower and see if, these palpitations will stop coming like this, and I will, I don't know, maybe I'll make another video or give you an update too and let you know what happened. But make sure you join the Facebook group, because we really, really need to get a support group together and people that understand. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.